everybody, it's Cindy Matalucci, your host of The Pulse and Live with Cindy. It's Friday, September 25th. We're so excited that you tuned in. We love to spend this half an hour with you, bringing you inspiring stories and resources and more. And you guys, did you know it's California Wine Month? And you know I like my wine. So we are celebrating California Wine Month. Yay! And so you guys, you can go to discovercaliforniawines.com. There's lots of virtual events that are going on right now. You can find all of this on that website. And actually, this weekend, we are going to celebrate a California wine duckhorn. We are going to be going to Inside Out in Hillcrest for a duckhorn tasting on Saturday, which we're really, really excited about. And I think that they still have tickets available. So check them out at insideout.com, and we will be reporting back on our experience. So we're really excited about that. Okay, so talking about wines, because you know we love wines. We have a sponsor, Wtso, Wines Till Sold Out. We absolutely love them, you guys. So they are the world of wine delivered to your door. Can we just stop and appreciate that? I mean, everybody needs this, you guys. So they were founded in 2006 and headquartered in Pennsauken, New Jersey. They're a leading online wine platform with over 26 million bottles sold. We have a promo code for you guys. So we're going to be showing you our special promo code. And actually, we will be doing a commercial and showcasing a little bit more about this fabulous company. So we absolutely love you guys. So thank you, Wtso, for being our sponsor. And actually, for the next month, we're actually going to be showcasing them. So they'll be on the TV show and more. We love them, and we love our wine. Okay, so you guys, we have such a fabulous show for you today. I'm so excited. We are welcoming back our family legal expert, Chris Sunnen from Sunnen Law. How are you?
Excellent. How are you guys? How are you, Cindy?
Great to see you guys. Virtual hugs. We're 6 feet apart. We love having you on the show. I mean, you're always such an amazing resource. I want to get started. I want to talk about the topics that we're going to talk about today are amazing. Lots of hot topics. But before we kind of dive into that, I want you to tell the viewers a little bit about your firm. So if they don't know about you, educate us a little bit on what you guys do.
Well, we are a boutique family law firm, voted one of San Diego's favorites in the Union Tribune 2020. Thank you, San Diego. We do everything: restraining orders, child custody, divorce, paternity actions, all the fun topics that are so 2020 topical right now.
I know. So what I love is your motto. You have a solution for everyone.
Yes, every problem has a solution, San Diego, even now with COVID-19.
And sometimes it's not going to the legal battle way, right?
Oh, guys, I tell this every time I'm on the show, Cindy. The best solution is reaching a deal. You don't need me, a fancy pants attorney in a suit. You need yourselves. But I'm here to backstop you guys.
Well, and you kind of said a little bit about the awards. I wanted to give you a congratulations for all the accolades that you got in 2020. So voted favorite family law attorney by San Diego Union Tribune, which you mentioned, 2020 Lawyers of Distinction published in the New York Times, and then 2020 top attorney at the annual list of America's top attorneys.
We're killing it right now, San Diego, but I couldn't do it without my staff, Cindy. They do a great job supporting me. And of course, all the support from the community as well.
Well, we love it. Okay, so we've got some hot topics, you guys. So today we're going to be talking about custody disputes during COVID, tackle divorce, separation. So let's dive into the divorce, because I know personally, and we were talking about this earlier, with COVID going on, I mean, I've talked to probably 15 of friends, coworkers, they're going through separation right now, divorce, it's really hard. So I think this is a really important topic. So let's kind of dive into this.
Let's do it.
All right, so let's talk about the 4 points, right? Because depending on the facts of your case, there's a lot of things that can arise. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, COVID is super tough for everyone right now, Cindy. We're talking, and you know, you're trapped in the house with your significant other. Murder time, you need a different attorney. Just kidding, don't do that, people. But it's super difficult. Times are stressful. Financial pressures, custody pressures, prior relationship pressures, it's all there. Every case has its own fact pattern, but you know what we look at is, are there irreconcilable differences? Are you guys simply just not getting along? How long is your marriage? Short term, long term? Do you have kids?
Okay, so those are issues. So like spouse support matters, right? Like spousal support, division of property, community property, separate property, right?
This is a community property state, everyone. Unless you have one of those magic golden tickets, prenup, This is community property from the date you get married to the date you get divorced. So support questions are huge right now with COVID. I mean, are you getting your child support? Are you entitled to child support? Are you getting your spousal support? Are you entitled to it? So yeah, I mean, money is key.
That's a lot to think about. Okay, and then what about like tax debts, right? Unpaid tax debt. Those are issues kind of, I think, that come up too, right?
So, definitely in San Diego and Southern California, you have at least one party that's a high earner, maybe two parties. Maybe one of you is not paying the taxes. There is the innocent spouse doctrine, IRC section 6015. That allows the non-knowing spouse to get a free pass on that with the government, maybe not with your ex.
Okay, so that's really important. So you kind of take each case and look at each case individually and then decide what we need to do.
Definitely. I mean, family law is so fact specific. The law is unchanging, immutable, but the facts are always changing.
Well, yeah, and then like changing your name after divorce, which is like an absolute nightmare. I've heard that from a lot of my friends. Give me my name back. It's my name.
Yeah, I mean, the door swings on that both ways, Cindy. I can tell you a number of hilarious stories about people who refuse to give up their married name, and then there's the other half of you that want their maiden name back. At the end of your divorce or by agreement, you're entitled to that name back. You want to call yourself something different? Now that's a name change.
Okay, so good things. I love this. All right, so let's talk about the people and the courts, because there's a lot of virtual appearances going on, right, and filing documents, and I know that's kind of confusing right now.
That's the understatement of the year, Cindy.
Help us, educate us.
Educate us. I don't know if I can. Due respect to the clerks, the judges, everyone down at the courthouse working super hard to try and accommodate all you members of the public. It is hard. With the court in San Diego has gone to all electronic filing. There are carve-outs to that, though. Restraining orders, judgments, legacy cases. You still have to file paper copies. There's drop boxes outside the courthouse. All the hearings are actually virtual appearances. That's the court's way of enforcing this 6-foot distance. It's through an application known as MS Teams.
Okay. Well, we have a question for you. Don't you just love these questions?
I love these questions. Bring it on, San Diego.
All right. So one of our viewers wanted me to ask, okay, on evidentiary hearings, since we're talking about hearings, how to get a third-party character letter submitted for evidence.
All right. This is a very technical question.
We always get technical.
I love it. So an evidentiary hearing, for all the lay people out there, is basically a trial. It is a hearing of an hour or longer. The best way to have a third-party, declaration?
Yeah, third-party character letter.
You don't want a character letter. You want a declaration. You have to submit the right judicial counsel forms. And ideally, depending on the case and what type of case it is, you may need that third party to testify. For example, if it's a restraining order hearing, no third party declarations without testimony violates the due process right.
Wow, I love it. Well, thank you so much for that.
Boom.
And if you have more questions for Chris, let us know or email us directly. We can get you in touch with him. Okay, so last topic, child custody and visitation law, right? Because the impact is pretty crazy right now.
It's hard right now, everyone. You know it. I mean, your child is home, then you got to send them to another house. You're concerned, are they wearing a mask? Is the other house wearing a mask? Are we doing virtual learning correctly? These are just iceberg tip questions. 2/3 still underneath. The law is still the same. And what all of you out in San Diego should know is that the existence of COVID-19 is not reason to change or modify your custody order on a day-to-day basis. It may be if you have other things going on, you go back to the court. Court is super impacted right now. You're going to be waiting a long time, but you need to try and work these things out. Going back to what we talked about at the beginning, a lot of this goes to, can you co-parent with your ex or potential ex? So if you can't, the court system has your back, but
it's a lot of stuff. Okay, so tips. Since I have you here before we go, do you have a tip for the viewer?
Do I have a tip for the viewer in a child custody dispute?
Yes.
Document everything. It's very lawyerly. One of the things I get from people who call into my office, they say, I have a problem. I say, great, tell me about it. They say, this happened, and this happened, and that happened, and that happened. And I say, you know what? You can stop right there. I believe you. And they say, great, we're going to win the case, right? I say, do you have text? No. Do you have emails? No. Do you have anything on paper? No. Do you have a photo? No. And I say, do you have any proof of this whatsoever? Well, I just told you the proof. I say, you know what? I believe you, but the judge is going to take it a lot differently. So document everything. If it's a child custody dispute, make a calendar. Write down, my son and daughter was here with me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Great. Or they weren't here with me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You have evidence. Put everything in writing. In family court, the phrase is, he said, she said. Ugh. If you have it in writing, it's not he said, she said, it's evidence.
I love that. And I was in the corporate world and I documented everything. And that was like the best thing I could have learned, because people will say things, but you have it all in writing.
Yep.
So I love that. Great tip. Okay. So what's the best way for people to contact you and talk to you about consultations and everything?
Like I said, I have a great staff. We are very responsive. The number one thing I actually hear during COVID, Cindy, you're not going to believe this, attorneys not returning calls. Guys, don't you want business? Attorney tip. My staff will get back to you, or I will get back to you. We have a great website, www.sunnen-law.com. There is a contact form on there, and you can also call the office. Contact information is there. Someone will definitely get back to you.
And we have the links on our website too, and you guys have great resources on your site as well. Great articles, things like that. Well, thank you so much for being here today.
Air hug again.
We love having you.
It's good to see you guys.
So you guys, if you have any questions for Chris, let us know. We'll put you in touch, or go to his website. We love having him. He'll be back again, I think, in November as well.
Excellent.
So we'll line up that with more questions. But we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to hear a little bit about Wtso wines from our sponsor. And when we come back, we have fabulous Denise Aaron from Aaron Financial Agency here, and we will be right back. Okay, thanks. Don't go away. Hey everybody, it's Cindy Matalucci, your host of The Pulse and Live with Cindy. We want to thank our new sponsor, Wtso, Wines Till Sold Out, the world of wine delivered to your door. You know how much we love our wine at The Pulse. This company was founded in 2006 and headquartered in Pennsauken, New Jersey. You know I'm from Jersey. Wtso is a leading online wine platform with over 26 million bottles sold. I love this story. It all began with founders Joe and Elliot Arking, who brought their wine connections into the business world to create a company that truly gave to customers a unique wine experience. Using their extensive network of wineries and winemakers, Wtso connects customers to thousands of brands from top wine appellations around the globe. The strong relationships they have formed within the wine world, from brands with small producers to collaborations with large and well-known brands, allow them to deliver authentic and high-quality bottles to homes across the United States. At Wtso, quality is always key, which we love, when it comes to wine delivery and sourcing. Every bottle on their online wine store is carefully selected, and each order is gently hand-packed at a temperature-controlled fulfillment center. As a valued Wtso customer, you can rest assured that your wine is found, processed, packed, and delivered properly. Additionally, each bottle is backed by a 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. So whether you're a beginner with wine or you're a trained connoisseur, Wtso's wide and ever-changing selection is perfect for you. You can find value bottles in an instant, select top premium wines for every event, visit weekly tastings to indulge in sommelier curated gift sets, and more as you navigate through the world of wine with Wtso. We also have a special promo code specifically for our viewers to shop, so you can use promo code The Pulse and save $5 off the order of $25 or more. And you guys, from champagne, which you know I love, to Polyfus, to Chardonnay, which I love, to Pinot, really they have something for everyone. So thank you guys so much, and you will be seeing more of Wtso on The Pulse. Hey everybody, welcome back to The Pulse. I'm your host, Cindy Matalucci. It's Friday, September 25th, and I'm so excited about my next guest, Denise Arand, Executive Vice President and Financial Representative of Five Rings Financial, the Arand Agency. I mean, she's got so many titles, I can only say two right now. How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you? I'm so glad to see you.
I'm so happy. We were just talking. We've known each other for over 10 years. I think we go back to like 2011 or something like that, 2012.
No, even before that, like
It was
2009.
Yeah, it's been a long time. And I've been bugging her to come on the show. I finally got her on here. So we're so honored to have you.
I'm so honored to be here.
Okay, so we're going to dive into some great topics today. But before we get started, I wanted to kind of have you educate the viewers a little bit about your story, because you've got like 23 years of experience.
I do. And, I started out in the traditional industry where we're very stock, mutual fund, bond oriented. And then also doing quite a bit of, I also had the flip side of doing the homeowners and the auto and the commercial insurance and the mobile home insurance. And it was a lot. But what I found I loved the most was really helping people with their future. I love showing people how they could retire with dignity and send their kids to college and just planning out their future with them. So as time went on, when 2001 hit, it broke my heart because a lot of people lost a lot of money in the dot-com bubble bust, and I was just heartbroken. So I had to go to this grocery store at 4 o'clock in the morning just because I didn't want to see anybody because I felt so bad. But as time went on, I decided to really look into some of the index products that we work with now with Five Rings Financial, and found that there was a way to build a foundational piece of a person's portfolio where they would have the upside potential of the market, no downside risk, and be able to do all those things without ever losing in the stock market.
I love that. Well, and your focus, because you're especially passionate about assisting people who've been underserved, right? So women, middle-class Americans.
Well, women, I think, have been virtually ignored, well, probably invisible to the financial services industry. It's and don't get me wrong, folks, I love men. I do.
We love men too.
Yes, we love men. But I think that women just need a leg up. They need a little bit of help. They need a little bit of education. And we also don't want to learn in a traditional industry. So in 2007, I moved here back to San Diego. I'm a California girl from the start. Lived in Colorado for about 20 years, I guess. Came back to California. And I was working with Five Rings Financial by then, and I knew a little bit about helping people with their future and building wealth. But I knew 3 entities. I knew my husband, my brother-in-law, and my dog. And they were all male. And I needed some girlfriends.
Need some estrogen.
I needed some wine, and I knew a little bit about wealth. So I put together this little mastermind group in a wine bar up in Carlsbad. And we met. We talked about how these entrepreneurs that I had just recently met could retire. And they said, oh, let's do this again next month. And we'll bring friends. I said, well, if you bring friends and let me talk, I'll buy the wine. So Wine, Women, and Wealth was born.
I love this, the Wine, Women, and Wealth component. So it started with 4 women in Carlsbad, right? 4 of you.
Yeah.
And then you tell us about the expansion, because it was like 40 cities or something, right?
Now, actually, we're in 40 states.
40
so multiple cities in those states. So Five Rings Financial is a nationwide financial services company. So once I started doing this, I thought this is such an awesome way to educate women. We don't sell anything there. We just talk about money mindset. We do a little networking. We are building community. So I told my girlfriends, my colleagues at Five Rings about it when I went back to our national training camp in December, and I said, this is awesome. They said, we'd like to do it too. So we built a template, we trademarked it, and now there is probably at least one Wine, Women, and Wealth event every day of the week.
Wow, and drinking wine. I'm sorry, Wine, Women, and Wealth. Hello, it's perfect. You need this in your life. Okay, so I want to talk about your book, right? Because it kind of goes hand in hand. Tell us about it. Wine, Women, and Wealth, Inspirational Stories of Women Who Got Their Financial Act Together and How You Can Too. I love this.
Aren't you so surprised it's called Wine, Women, and Wealth?
No.
So when I was a little girl, I told my mom and dad I was going to write a book someday. And they're like, okay, that's great. But I thought it'd be like stories. And then about 2009, I think, I told the president of our company, Mike Wilk, I told him, I really want to write a book about wine, women, and wealth. He goes, I have your back, go for it, you do it. And then about 2 years ago, I really got serious about it. And I decided that I wanted to be like a Chicken Soup for the Soul book, but only with wine and women and no chicken soup, it's just. And so it's inspirational stories. And so there's about 15 stories in the book about women who really found their way to more financial success through our community and through our education. And it's just so heartwarming and inspirational. I'm totally unbiased, but I love it.
Well, and I really like the part or the chapter Sandra and Lydia by Monica Wilk. That stood out to me because I know many women that say, oh my God, my husband handles all the finances, right?
Totally.
He takes care of everything. And then like they get divorced or he dies.
Yes.
And then they have no idea what to do.
Exactly.
And I think that's a really important point, right? With women and trying to like be educated on what their finances are.
Right. Chris was just talking about divorce right now. There's probably, I would say, 4 or 5 stories in the book that really the women were impacted by divorce in one way or another. And right now, you got to make sure you got the money thing right, because especially with COVID and everything going on, our goal is to educate. It's never ever just to sell you something. It's really to educate you first. Then if you raise your hand and say, hey, I want to know more, let's sit down and talk, we do that. But getting educated about your money and where your money is in your relationship is really important. I always say money's like your kids. You want to know where it is, who it's hanging out with, what it's doing, and when it's coming home.
I like that. That's good. So what do you want people to take away from the book, would you say?
I want them to really be inspired to do something for their own financial health, for their own financial well-being. I really feel like right now what we need is hope and inspiration around money. And so it'll make you happy. It's a good read about money. Trust me. It's not one of those things where you're going to get, oh my gosh, another money book. I think it's a fun read. But you read it, so I know you.
You guys got to get it. And we're going to show you where to get it too. We actually have the website up. Okay, so I want to talk about the passion for what you do, because let's talk about the women, right? Mm-hmm. The financial success through education, and they haven't been traditionally been taught about money, right? No. So let's kind of dive into that a little bit. So I think that, first of all, I love my stats. And you talked to me about this. 90% of women will have sole control of their money in their lifetime. 75% say that they have no idea what to do with it.
Right. They're totally unprepared. That's heartbreaking.
That's crazy.
Really heartbreaking. And I've seen it, and I've seen women in all age groups. So I've seen, young women who say, oh, I'm going to worry about it when I get married. I'm going to worry about it when I have more money. I'm going to worry about it when I have kids. I'm going to worry about it later. Or like you said earlier, I'm going to let my husband handle it all. And I see that even with very young women. And then you have like women who are going through divorce. I just can't deal with it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to look at it. Then you've got women who are just too busy because they're driving the crazy carpool schedule. And then you have widows who just spend all their money to ease their grief. I mean, I want to reach out. And first of all, I want to hug them, air hug right now. But,
right, exactly.
But I want to say, look, you can do this. It's not that hard. And we'll be there with you all along the way. We have women who have been coming to Wine, Women, and Wealth, some of our events, for the 12 years we've been having them. It's not because they want to buy another product from us or anything else. They love the community. We have each other's backs. We have women who are really feeling like they get to come there and see their friends. So if with the support of other women, you can do this.
Well, yeah, and I think that sometimes they think you have to have a certain amount of money, but you can really help anyone.
Oh my goodness, I have some clients that are $50 a month.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's incredible, because little bits of money over time can make a big pile of money if you have enough time. If you have, the more time you have, the less money you need. Less time you have, the more money you need. But we'll talk to you about that, and everybody's situation is different.
Well, and since I have you here, can you give a tip on money for us, for the viewers? Is there some kind of tip you could give us? I know you're going to do a budget worksheet for...
I am. And I really hate that word budget.
I know.
Do you hate that word budget? I think everyone hates that word budget.
I'm like, I don't want to be on a budget.
So here's a new word. Here's a new word. Forecast of your fabulous financial future.
Ooh.
Because if you track it, what is it I think that Warren Buffett says? If you don't measure it, you don't track it, you can't do well with it. You can't have success with it. So we do have that budget worksheet. So do keep track of your money. Don't just put your head in the sand, and get started, even with the littlest thing, and save.
I love it. That's easy, you guys. Everyone can do that. Okay, so I want to talk about your charity involvement, because you are so involved with Leap to Success. Tell us a little bit about that.
So many years ago, this is how we first met, actually. I used to host an event called the Wine, Women, and Wealth Expo, which was a day, and we had a luncheon, and we raised money for Leap to Success.
Yes.
Leap to Success is an organization, a 501c3, founded by Dana Bristol Smith, and she wants to empower women who have been through life. So homelessness, addiction, domestic abuse, all those kinds of things, who might have lost their children, who might have there are so many women who just need a leg up, right? Just need a little bit of help. So what we do is we teach a class called Leap to Confidence, teach them how to present themselves for interviews. We put them in front of interviewees. We help them with some of the legal issues that they have. We help them get their lives back. And it's magical.
I love that. I love that. And I know you're so passionate about empowering women. So it's like, it's a perfect fit for you.
Like this for me, yeah.
It's perfect. Okay, so you're also going to do some promos for us, a little promo code for our viewers.
Yep.
So we're really, really excited about that. And we'll have all of this up as well. But tell us a little bit about what you're going to do.
So I was probably, before I got in this industry, I was as resistant to a budget as the rest of you, as everybody on the planet. So, but once I learned what that can do for you, how it can really give you perspective on how to have a better life, then I embraced it wholeheartedly. So we're going to put that on my website, and we're going to do it on the book website.
Okay.
So it's www.winewomenwealthbook.com. And so if you go on there and you register, I will send you a downloadable budget, and it'll be in an Excel spreadsheet, or you can do a paper budget and fill it all in, but then you have to do the math yourself.
And I think you're going to do a free half-hour consultation if they mention Pulse SD.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
perfect. So, and you can do that on the website too. You can put in Pulse SD.
Yep, absolutely.
Or just if you call, that's perfect. Well, we appreciate that for our viewers.
Well, you know, everybody could use a financial tip or two. Sometimes you're just like, why is this happening? Or why is my 401k statement looking like this? I mean, why is this money being taxed and this money's not being taxed? How can I get some? So whatever, you know.
Well, we love it. We appreciate it. Thank you so much. And so tell people, what's the best way to work with you? Should they call you directly for a consult? Should they go to the website? What's the best way?
You know, you can call me. My phone numbers, I believe you have all my phone numbers, or you can email me. And we are very responsive. I have a great team that works with me. And so the first thing is usually to have a consultation. And then the next thing is, we'd love it if you just come to Wine, Women, and Wealth sometime. If you look at Wine, Women, Wealth, California,
okay,
those are the events that I host, although
Okay.
there's all kinds of Wine, Women, and Wealth websites or Facebook pages out there. But the Wine, Women, Wealth, California is the one that I host. So just come and join me. In fact, I think we're going to do an outside event in October. So check it out. We're going to screen like the outside projector screens with the sheet, like everyone's doing in their backyard right now.
That.
And maybe we'll have s'mores. I'm not really sure.
And wine. Yes, please. We don't like wine here. You can't tell.
What wine pairs with s'mores? What do you think?
I don't
Probably
know.
red.
We're going to have to do a red. Well, Wtso, we'll find one.
That's right. We'll work with them.
We will figure this out. So I'm so excited. Thank you so much for being here. You're such a resource. She's going to actually be on our TV show too. Actually, not this week, but the following week. So we'll be announcing the dates for that. And hopefully she'll come back again and educate us. And go to winewomenwealthbook.com to get your hands on this book, because I'm telling you, you need it. So everybody could use a little bit of help.
I think so too.
So thanks so much for being our guest today, you guys. And we're so excited. You know, we'll check in with you guys and tell you where we're going to be live for our next live show on location. And you guys, thanks for tuning in today. You can find everything on our website at thepulsesd.com. So have a great Friday. Stay cool out there. Stay safe. And we'll see you next time when we put our finger on the pulse of San Diego. Bye, guys.